When we master a chakra or planet, it does not somehow disappear, but it does no longer challenge or interest us to the same degree. We become the master of it, and we can handle it from that point on without thinking. Automatically, much like when we master steering a car, it becomes automatic for us, part of our expertise. That is how to understand how we move from one chakra or planet to another in our spiritual unfoldment. Each chakra or planet or planetary sphere has what amounts to its own particular landscape, its own series of rules or laws that govern life in that particular chakra. We gradually, often very gradually, learn to find our way around in each chakra. We learn those rules and we master how to live there. It's not unlike kind of going to school. If we take chemistry 1 year and graduate, we move on to studying physics. We don't have to take chemistry again. We're not studying it now, but we do remember how to get around in a chemistry book. We can use chemistry. It's a permanent part of our education. In the life that we lived, nothing vanishes or just goes away, because everything is part of life, part of a whole. Each stage of life that we've passed through and each chakra is still right here with us. And other people are now living in chakras where we once lived. So it's not behind us just because we passed through that stage. In other words, passing through a chakra means knowing how to get around in that chakra, how to work it, not somehow leaving it behind and moving on. When we learn to breathe, we don't stop breathing, but we keep breathing automatically as long as we have life. But we no longer focus on the breathing. Perhaps that's a better way to conceive of chakras in our journey through them. We never really get anywhere else, but we do learn to handle these parts of our lives with skill and understanding. We master them. We become initiates. What follows will be explained in greater detail later on. So don't panic if what I'm saying here does not make perfect sense to you right away. When we clear out of a chakra, when we master it and graduate to the next chakra, we are no longer motivated but by what first motivated us within that chakra. It's no longer new to us. We have moved on to the rules and the complexity of the next chakra. And we're motivated by what may be a completely new set of rules. And we may be working with a wondrous to us new landscape. Each new chakra is somewhat like a new or completely different world or life for us. The previous chakra, or the area of our lives that we just went through, is still with us. That's my point. But it's now empty or devoid of interest to us. We can see right through it. It's transparent. It's empty for us. We've been there, done that, and we continue to do that, whatever is related to that previous chakra, as needed from this point onward. We've mastered it like we master steering an automobile or riding a bike, but we drive on. An important point is that the essence of each chakra we are currently in, the essence of the rules for that chakra or planet, is always the next innermost chakra, that particular chakra or planet that is inner to the current one we're on or in. For example, if we are alive and living in the Saturn chakra, the essence or key to that chakra will be the planet that is next innermost toward the Sun to Saturn, which of course is Jupiter. The orbit of Jupiter is the next one inside, again, toward the Sun from Saturn. Jupiter, therefore, is the esoteric key to Saturn, the key that unlocks how to use and how to master Saturn. And this is true for each of the chakras in turn. For example, Mars would be the key to Jupiter, Earth would be the key to Mars, and so on. All right on into the Sun, and we'll talk about this as we go along in more detail. I'm sure this may be sounding a bit too mysterious, but as you'll see, it's quite simple and it's easy to understand. What we want to know as shamanistic astrologers is, in what chakra are we now living? I mean, like, where are we? That's the first step. If we're a counseling astrologer, we need to determine what chakra our client is in, what they're seeing and experiencing. Once we know that chakra, we can direct our clients or ourselves in a variety of useful ways. Before we get into the specific chakras and how to recognize each of them, we need to take one step back and make sure that we have all of the background that you will need to understand what I'm pointing out here. This will be a digression, but hopefully it's going to be a useful one. In fact, let's even digress one step farther than that and talk for a moment about the process of initiation into the esoteric mysteries. What has been called holding or obtaining the view. And this is important to understand.